A driver is questioning the speeding ticket he got from Kansas City police.
The officer who wrote it put his race down as white, but that's not the case.
KCTV5 investigative reporter Angie Racono takes a closer look at what happened and why officers even put a race on those traffic tickets.
No, I feel strongly that it was a deliberate act. You know, it was light as day. He saw me. He knew I was black. And I feel that they're trying to pad their numbers or keep their numbers down.
Justin Robinson is a Kansas City school teacher who recently moved to the Northland. He says his drive home from school is a lesson he's sharing with students.
They're actually upset that this happened to me because they said, that's not right. You should do something about this. They said you should make your voice heard.
Robinson was pulled over at 3:40 in the afternoon for speeding. He claims other cars were going faster.
Oh, okay, I'm getting pulled over. This is interesting, you know, and that's when I felt, you know, I was getting racially profiled.
His ticket prompted him to reach out to the news. He's labeled white.
It was daytime. There was enough light. He clearly saw that I was a black man, and he marked me as white. So I'm thinking, okay, if this happened to me, how many other black people get pulled over and they mark their race as white? What are they doing? What's the bigger issue here?
There is an issue with Missouri police departments pulling over a disproportionate number of black drivers. Every year, the Missouri Attorney General's office publicly releases a vehicle stops report. Recent data shows white drivers are pulled over less. So are other races. Black drivers are pulled over more often. These annual reports are one reason the NAACP issued a warning to members. Warn your families, co-workers, and anyone visiting Missouri to beware of the safety concerns with travel in Missouri. They even suggest drivers travel with bail money. We reached out to the Kansas City Police Department about this recent stop. They offered this response. An officer has a limited number of responses to select from the drop-down menu regarding race on the traffic ticket, and point out driver's licenses do not contain information on race. It shows sex, weight, height, and eye color. The KCPD tells KCTV5 officers do not ask drivers what their race is. Asking questions about one's race could potentially be seen as inflammatory by the motorist. In this instance, the officer made an educated guess selection between black or white, because biracial is not an allowed option. Justin and his loved ones call that response, quote, a cop-out. Justin is 75% black, 25% Hispanic. They question why isn't biracial an option and say it should be. Reporting in Kansas City, Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.
KCPD says they offered to visit Justin's classroom and talk with students about traffic stops. Mr. Robinson declined that offer.